Hi everyone, I'm Joan. In this video, I'll show you how to easily expose any application on the internet. To do so, we'll use Ngrok. Ngrok acts as a reverse proxy in front of our applications, letting them to be accessible from the internet. Let's compare some common methods to expose applications and understand when Ngrok is useful. Imagine that you've got your demo website running on your PC with Docker and you want your friends to see it. How do you give them access? One approach, for example, could be opening a port on your router to expose your website. However, it might not be as easy as it sounds. Let's say that your internet provider doesn't assign you a public IP because you are making an ad. Then you might need to contact them or think about changing to another internet provider. Overall, this approach can take a long time and it's too much for what we need. Also, making your network accessible online isn't safe. Okay, and how about the cloud? In the best scenario, we still need to create an account and deploy the application there. If the cloud handles for us the creation and configuration of the server, but normally you still need to create and configure it. It's still time consuming because what we want is to share our application as quickly as possible. Here is where Ngrok wins. You might be wondering, okay, Joan, show me how can I share my application super fast. Well, let me walk you through it. First of all, we need to install Ngrok. There are various methods. One way is to install it like any other application on your operating system. However, I prefer using Docker. Why? Because once your project is Dockerized, others can run it with just a simple Docker run or Docker compose app command. Before we move forward, let's visually illustrate how Ngrok works and the setup we'll be using for the demo. Ngrok requires an agent installed on our PC, which acts as an intermediary between our local environment and the Ngrok platform. Together, they work as a reverse proxy, forwarding the requests from our friends to the demo website. But what does that actually mean? Let's break it down step by step. When someone makes an HTTP call to the designated domain, Ngrok intercepts it through its platform. Now picture this. The Ngrok agent on our PC and the Ngrok platform establish a connection, likely through WebSockets or a similar bidirectional method. Let's say that the agent is listening, waiting for those incoming HTTP calls. Once received, it forwards them to the demo website and then passes back the response to the Ngrok platform, which in turn responds the initial HTTP call. It sounds complex. This could be interesting to implement from scratch, maybe on another video. Oh, and one more thing for this setup to work: authentication. The Ngrok agent requires a token for authentication. So let's go ahead and create one. Here again on the Ngrok website. If you have an account, start by creating one. Once you are logged in, head over to the left bar menu and navigate to the tunnel section, then add tokens. Here, create a new token. Let's name it demo website and copy the token. Voila, we are ready for the real stuff. I created a repository that you can use as a template for sharing your projects. Let's follow the README file. First, we need to update the environment file by replacing the change.me text with the token we just created before. Once that's done, we need to start the services using Docker Compose app. But before that, let's explore the Compose file and see how the services are configured. We have the website exposed on our local host on port 80 with a volume mounted that includes the index.html file. This file is very simple, containing just a hello world text. We also have the Ngrok service exposed on port 4040. Notice that the .m file is mounted to it, and we use the command ngrok http website 80, which tells ngrok which service it should expose. Now that we know what we are going to start, let's test it. First, let's run Docker Compose app. Once that's done, I'll open the website locally in one window and the ngrok dashboard in another. As explained, the Ngrok dashboard will show a random URL that we can share with anyone. In the first window we open, we can check that the website is properly working locally. In the other window, we should be able to see the Ngrok dashboard. Here, we have the random URL that we can use to share with friends. I will send the URL to Marti and see if he can see it.
I'm very excited to see the website that Joan has shared with me. Okay, Joan, that was super cool. Thanks for sharing, and I hope to see a bit more colors in the next iterations.
I wanted to do this video because maybe some of you didn't know about Ngrok. If so, think about it. Whenever you need to expose something to quickly get feedback, or if you need to receive webhooks or anything else that you could imagine, I really think that Ngrok is a great tool to consider. Thanks for watching and see you on the next video.